Hi, I'm Sarah Hooker, and I am going to give you a little information about myself. Clearly, it's the end of the day, so excuse the mess here. But I have been working in education this is the start of my 10th year. I currently work in a completely online school. I work for, if you see the commercials for K-12, that's who I work for. I work for the Texas Online Preparatory School here in Texas. Um, I have been working here for about 5 years though, so a little over half my career has been completely online. Also, I am currently seeking a degree for curriculum and instruction. It is going to be a master's of education, but my concentration is instructional design and technology. Specifically, it helps with what I do. Also, last year at the time I was a lead teacher, I didn't teach, it was a department chair position. I had to help other teachers, kind of dealing with some instructional coaching, building things along those lines. And so I was inspired by academic education leadership training to get my master's, and this was one of the degrees that I felt that could benefit my career as an online teacher, and because truthfully I've always enjoyed dealing with technology. So to explain a little bit about cats versus dogs, I prefer dogs, as I've stated here, and you'll probably see in the some more information I post. But I prefer them due to my experience with cats. I've always kind of had dogs. When I was growing up, my dad, animals just happened to love my dad. But we happened to have a cat. She was the matriarch of our cats. We only had one, and then she had kittens, and it went from there. But she outlived every one of them, and it was probably due to her meanness. But due to the fact that she was kind of mean, and the fact that when she was inside cat for a very short time, she knocked off the counter a antique bowl that my mother had been given from her great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother. It was a wedding present from like her grandmother. Um, and it shattered. It was circus glass, a nice little pink circus glass, so something that would cost money, but it was more sentimental than anything. She became an outside cat, but her meanness is really what made me feel that I'm not a big fan of them. I know I've seen the videos, we've probably all seen the videos on YouTube specifically, where the cat just sits there and looks at somebody and knocks something off. That's kind of what that cat did. But also the meanness about, we had the rule that if you come to our house, even if the cat's on the porch when she was outside, don't pet the cat. One of my dad's coworkers at the time did not listen, and he came in and his hand and arm was just dripping of blood because he said, "You're right, don't pet the cat. She's real nice when you're petting, but the second you go to stop, she would unleash her claws and just, yeah, go after you." So that's the reason I really am not a big fan of cat. I think a lot of people's preferences may do with their frame of reference, what they've experienced in their life. My dog, while is a miniature dachshund and they're known for being very yappy, he's actually quite docile and loving. He's very good with my kids. Very sweet dog. I mean, we've helped curtail some things, just like you would lead a child to behave a certain way. We've led our pet to do that as well. But I've never had the same experience with dogs that I've had with cats. So, as my last line says, I prefer stinky dog breath licks to stitches. I mean, my cat even scratched my cornea on my eye at one point. So I just do not deal with cats as well. That's a little bit about me.